Welcome to the CX Live Dialogues. I'm delighted to have with us today Hussein Kamel, Principal Strategic Consultant at Calabrio. With more than 24 years of experience in the customer experience domain, for the last 10 years, Hussein has been with Calabrio, delivering projects around the world. Before joining, Hussein spent 14 years in the contact center world, especially BPOs. He was Director of Operations and Support Functions and has held many years of experience managing customer experience, managing quality assurance teams, training, BI, and business improvement. Hussein has supported clients from organizations like Microsoft, Cisco, Vodafone, Do, Etisalat, Netgear, TomTom, amongst many other organizations. Hussein speaks fluent Arabic, English, French, and Spanish. Welcome, Hussein. It's a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you, Ayusha. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you for inviting me to this conversation.
It's a pleasure. Now, Hussein, the world of CX is obviously changing at a rapid pace. With the continuous integration of AI and machine learning in customer service, what strategies do you recommend for organizations to strike the right balance between automation and maintaining a personalized human touch in their interactions with customers?
Well, with the rise of generative AI, there is no stopping the rise of AI within the contact center business anymore. It is predicted that there will be a reduction over the next 5 years of about 25% of contact center seats around the world. This is global. Today, either on chat, email, and on voice coming in as well, generative AI is able to handle, let's say, first level customer interactions. The easy stuff, customers calling about, asking about the bill, asking about booking a flight, asking about doing more straightforward things. And the benefits are enormous for organizations because of cost reduction and as well for the customer. It serves them well if they can get quick resolution without having to wait for someone to answer them with high wait times. So it's a win-win situation. But at the same time, there will always be those transactions that do require human intervention. Over time, what is predicted to be seen that human intervention will become more of the more sophisticated angle of the business. They're going to be handling the more complicated issues. They're going to be handling the more sophisticated customer requirements, angry customers, customers with difficulty, complicated cases. That's where it's always going to be. It will still erode this over time as well, but for the short-term future at the current rate technology is, AI is here to stay. It's not going to replace humans. There have been many predictions over the last a century of humans being replaced by machines in different industries. They've gotten better, they've gotten more efficient, but here we are, we still have jobs, and we're still going to be in business.
Indeed. Now, you touched upon generative AI and AI. How is AI shaping CX to predict and proactively fulfill customer needs before they even arise?
Well, it's a very good question. I mean, sometime within the last 20, 30 years, there was that buzzword called data mining, for example, in and large data in operations. So the idea was we would be able to ask questions, put statistical models to be able to predict churn, to be able to predict customer behavior, and there is a big market for this today. But today with generative AI and with AI generally, you can start even getting answers for questions you didn't ask. It can start going and finding patterns for different customer behavior in terms of how they are behaving with different things. So essentially, in the customer service world, you would be able to predict your customer churn based on how they're using your product, based on how they're interacting with it, based on what questions they're trying to answer when they're visiting your website, based on a whole myriad of big data. And hence, it becomes easier to collect all of this and start predicting customer behavior. If you think a customer is in trouble, based on different patterns. Don't wait for them to call you. Call them. Or if they call you, then be ahead of the curve. Get all the indicators. Empower your agents to understand. I'm talking to to Miss Ayusha. I see you've been checking about this, or you have trouble about this topic, or you have questions around that topic. Personalize it more and leverage it to be ahead of the curve. It has been found that statistically over time, you can predict different customer behavior if they're calling about complaining once or twice about tariffs, about uh, cheaper rate plans, then there's a risk that they might go to your competitor. Now, what can you do about that? If they're calling, if the usage has gone down with your certain product, or they're not spending as much, again, there's a risk they're not happy. So why are you going to wait for them to churn? You want to kind of be ahead of the curve and leverage all this information to be able to kind of hold on to your customers and make sure you have personalized experience for them.
Definitely. Now, the rise of omni-channel experiences is obviously transforming customer interactions. How can businesses effectively integrate various channels to create a seamless as well as cohesive customer journey? And what role does technology play in achieving this integration?
Technology is critical for this, and the direction today for lots of product providers is having apps or having different methodologies of being able to capture the same customer across different touch points. Today, let's say the newest mobile device being launched, you the first touch point is probably online. Customers looking at a keynote or looking at the different specs on their websites. But then the next natural step is that customers who are interested will probably not buy it immediately. They might go to the shop, they might go to the store and actually physically want to look at it. If I'm going to spend this much money on the newest device, I would like to kind of look at it. Is it pretty? There's an element of passion towards such things, for example. So do I like it? And then you might go back and take your buying decision online when you compare with all the different vendors, which one you can get at which shop will sell it online at the cheapest price. So even though you might go to the shop to watch it, to look at it and touch it, you gotta buy it, mm, comparing with different vendors and different offers and different guarantees and so on. The ability to be able to track that experience and then not just track it there, track it then afterwards, and track the same customer's journey. Then you can know their buying behavior the next time you have your next device or you have your next product being launched. The ability to be able to capture that either through apps, through websites. There is a reason today it's very easy for different websites to log on. Before you had to put in your email, put your password. Today you just log on with your Gmail, your Facebook, and it's across the board. So every time you're logging into your Gmail here, you're being tracked across the board, and your behavior is being tracked across the board, and this is linked to your credit card, it's linked to your mobile number, it's linked to your device, and so there's a lot of it's out there, but there's a lot of intelligence about not just your general life, but your behavior and your patterns, and we see it today. I mean, I mean, we've all checked, that little vacation in Zanzibar, and then you found yourself with emails being sent to you about cheaper flights to Africa, for example, immediately. It has become, I mean, there are sometimes it's even telepathic. You're thinking about something and suddenly you get, how do they know? Because your buying patterns and our patterns are out there. And through apps, through our devices, through the linking of our identity online with our credit cards, with our mobile numbers, it's all connected.
That's very true, Hussein. Now, how are new technologies empowering human agents to deliver exceptional and empathetic customer service?
Again, it's about leveraging all the information you have and empowering the agents. Um, in the old days, for example, if you were a large scale provider of let's say a mobile operator or a bank or so on, what people would do is they would segment customers. We say, oh, we have our gold customers or our non-premium customers. Then you have your less spending customers. Then you have your other, let's say, your base customers, and you would do it as such. And based on these segments, you would say we would provide better service. We will answer faster. We will provide better trained agents or more senior agents. But today that has changed. That has broken down into much smaller fragments. There are different types of customers. There are different profiles. In each, there's different sub-profiles based on how they spend, based on what they like, based on how fast they replace products. If you were, let's take an example of a mobile operator. How much your customer spends on data, or how much we spend on phone, or how much spend on international usage, what kind of devices they use, how often they replace devices. All this creates different sub-profiles. And if you're able to identify these sub-profiles, and you're able to also identify customer history, have they called once or twice before? I mean, a common thing we all suffer from is you call for help on your bank, and then it doesn't work out. Then you call again, another guy, and then you have to go and say the story again. A very simple solution, is like, tell the next agent, this customer just called 5 minutes ago. Like, oh, Miss Ayusha, I see you just called 5 minutes ago. It seems your issue has not been resolved. That alone diffuses a customer who's already building up anger, for example. I see you've been using this product. I see you like to use this specific offering we have. Can I offer you something more about this? Do you know about the other product we have? And that alone even opens the avenue, not just for customer service, but for even upselling and cross-selling different products. I mean, one of the things we've learned a long time ago is if you're able to resolve the customer issue immediately and fix the issue, and then you want to offer other stuff, they will be quite receptive. It doesn't have to be one team does resolution and these are the sales guys. No, the mere fact of you fix my issue, I'm listening to you now. You're my friend. You fix my credit card problem, my number. You fix this. If you want to sell me anything, I'm open now. I love you. I'll do anything for you.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Hussein. It's been a pleasure to have you join us today. And we obviously look forward to meeting you and the Calabrio team at the Contact Center and the Customer Experience Live show in Dubai in April. So looking forward to hearing a lot much more about what Calabrio has to offer, as well as your different experiences with organizations leveraging Calabrio's technology. Until then, stay safe.
Thank you, Ayusha. We're looking forward to meeting everybody in April. It'll be a lot of fun.
It will be indeed. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.